on my end.
Oh, go out and back in.
Now I'm in. Bella, lay down.
Well, it's not going to let me share my clip now. So, but anyway, hello everybody. Hello. All right.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yep, you're up there now, Ricky. Okay, we have a little bit of technical difficulties here. So I'm going to jump in and start saying hellos to everybody. Facey Ace was
Hey,
in
Facey
here
Ace.
early. Hello.
Hey,
John Mayo. I think you said you was back. J. Paul.
Hey, J. Paul.
Hey, honey. Hey, J. Paul, do you have any more of your poker chips? I mailed one to our winner, and somehow or another the envelope came open on the side, even though it said "Do not machine," and it came out. So yeah. If not, that's fine. I'll send him one of mine.
Hey, Goddess.
Goddess, hello, and welcome.
Hey, Really Rat.
And Mr. Wellick. Blah, 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 blah. I just brushed my teeth and can't do a thing with them, people. Sorry. Hello, Relic Rat. How's my favorite rat? Papa Roush.
Hey, Papa Roush.
MG Preacher, speaking of my son, the devil himself sometimes. Oh my gosh. But guys, we've got something a little different for you today. We have got a dog that's about to get her butt whooped.
You better go in your cage.
And we've got not one, but two special guests tonight. I know I know the description told you one, but you're going to get a bonus. What can I say? These twos are like two peas in a pod, or should I say two peppers in a pod? And guys, we are going to talk about different stuff today. Double the fun. That's right, Relic. Chasing Miss Charlie.
Hey, Chasing Miss Charlie.
Hello, honey. Let me go give Miss Charlie a jacket. It's getting cold weather. She's got to have her blue jacket. But yeah, we are going to be talking something different. We are going to have fun. I guarantee it. Because if y'all can't have fun with these two people, say bye to YouTube and just hang it up and go sit down somewhere, okay? Because these guys are a hoot and a holler and a half. And I found out one of them is my neighbor. They're not, an hour from us? So we're going to make plans to go have lunch. And you all see that too. Of course, what kind of content creator would I be if I didn't post a little meetup? Cherokee Dad, hello, Papa Roush. Thank you so much. Now, guys, without further ado, these two guys are amazing. Get off the computer, Bella. Now lay down. So anyway, these guys are amazing. They're a lot of fun, and we've got a lot in common. Like I said, one's my neighbor, another has got another one of my favorite pastimes on his channel. So now she's okay. All right, be good, Bella. All right. So guys, here we are. We have contestant number one. Let's see who's going to survive the crazy train tonight. Okay. Hi, Daddy D. Madison, Maine. Hi, Richie.
Hey, Cherokee Kid.
Cherokee Dad. Anyway, guys, boom. Contestant number
Cherokee
one.
Kid.
Oh, Cherokee Kid.
Yeah, that's what mom said.
You might have tried. I don't know.
Cherokee Kid. 94, 91.
Okay. Well, hello. Anyway, we're going to see who's going to survive the crazy train tonight. And I guarantee it ain't me because I done derailed.
Hey, Madison.
And guys, contestant number two found out words are hard. Yes, they are. Found out this guy here is my neighbor, and we will be having lunch sometime soon. But guys, found you, Cherokee. But anyway, let's all introduce Pappy. Now, guys, I know you all know these. Oh my God, Wild Action. That is correct, Face. Oh my gosh. Matter of fact, I met Face and stuff over there.
Can I
We
be y'all's
have-
neighbor?
Would you be my neighbor? Sure you
Can I
would.
be y'all's neighbor too?
Sure you can.
You said
My
you
neighbor.
said you said you'd take me to lunch. I can move to West Virginia if need be.
Okay.
Hey, come on. I can piss some neighbors off and get them to move out. You know?
No, let's don't do that. I'll just pull up an RV for a week and we'll just party down.
Hey, I've had that happen here before. Some of our YouTube friends, we've had 5 different YouTube channels in my backyard at one time. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's how it's got to be now.
And if you notice my shorts and some of my little videos, I feed the deer in my front yard. I
Oh,
go
yeah.
out and call them, they come running. So I don't have to worry about starving if I don't want to, you know.
That's right.
But-
That's right. Venison's good eating.
And I'm
Hey,
about
Pat.
30 minutes from Eastland Lake, some good bass fishing and some muskie. And, you know, hey, I've even got a
Well,
pond if somebody.
Can I give a quick shout out to Bella real quick? Y'all was pretty easy on her last time I laid on the computer. It didn't go too well. But
She sure
Pappy,
had a-
shout out to you, and I appreciate y'all for having us on tonight. I know we've been friends through a lot of the lives on Johnny's show, and it's good to be on y'all's show tonight.
It's
Thanks
good
for
to be here.
having me.
Thanks for the
Thank you,
invite.
thank you.
Yeah,
And
you're
Mr. Small Pepper's in the chat. Honey, if you want to come up, just let me know. I will drop the link and we will have the whole crowd up here and we'll just party down.
Hey, Amanda.
Okay. So, Johnny, you're
Hey,
more than
Bert
welcome
Kingery.
to come up, hon. As y'all could tell, I was having trouble sending out the links tonight.
No, you're fine. I got in okay. It's
did
usually
too.
chaotic around here.
Oh my gosh.
I know how it is.
Full half needs a jacket because it's getting cold.
You know,
Mr. Kingery,
I'm not the only rock and roller here. Pappy's a multi instrumental talented artist over there. So one day we'll have to get a jam session going.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
that would be awesome. I'll
Mhm.
host it because that's about all I can do. Well, I used to play the piano, but I gave that
Oh,
up.
sweet.
You know, but
Keyboard's rule.
I'm telling you, I used to have a blast on it, but you know, once I kind of grew up, it took up space and I needed the space. So,
Oh yeah.
and
I told everybody, I said, throughout the years, back in my younger years, you know how you're rocking and rolling and all this. I finally settled down, but I said, if I ever get me a place that I can call my own, I'm putting all this gear in here so nobody has an excuse. You know, the drummer's always like, yeah, I can play the hell out of the drums, but I ain't got a set. Well, I got it all here, so just come on.
I started to say, I saw Santa drums back there. Oh,
Yeah, I got quite a bit of
gosh.
stuff here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, I've heard y'all play live. Y'all rock, man. Rock and roll,
Oh, my
dude.
gosh. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, y'all need to go over. Pappy has some videos up of them played. And of course, we got Mr. Wild Action there. I'm going to give him some crap tonight, okay?
Please do.
Johnny never did answer if he wanted to come up or not, but if he did, I didn't see it. But he's more than welcome to. But yeah, you know, we only pick on those that we love, right?
Hard Rock Peppers.
Hard Rock and Peppers. There you go. And so yeah, if I give you crap, it's just because I like it. But
Oh, yeah.
you know, we have 205 Wild Action. And now I did see him making some salsa one time. That could get a little wild knowing what they do. But I've also seen him fishing. They said Johnny's still
eating peppers.
And Dan, That should be
Uh-huh.
205, no action.
Yeah,
Okay. On
I
that-
quit. Yeah, the last few times I've went, I've only caught small fish, and I've been on a dry spell, but that's why I had to resort to subjecting myself to eating these hot peppers. Nah, nah, for real. Whenever it's fall weather, I do a lot more fishing, and it's just like anything. Sometimes you strike out, but hey, I'm just here to document all the species, and that's what the channel was originally designed for. And then I started running with Johnny, and it just escalated from there. Nah, for real.
Yeah.
I've always like to grow stuff, and got on there with him, and I said, if I'm gonna grow something hot, then
Hey, buddy.
I gotta be able to eat it. I gotta be able to try it. So
Right, right. Well, like I said, Pappy he grew up and he's lived in the same area. Now, the only place I'll have to admit, I haven't done the Ohio River and I haven't fished in the Kanawha River. But that was two of the places that me and my dad wanted to go, but we never got to go. But it's fishing. It's not catching. You don't go say, I'm going to go out catching. I'm going to go out fishing. So now I just tell the truth. I'm going to go out and drown some worms. Okay. I'm going to drown the bait.
oh yeah.
Yeah, when
Hey,
But,
when you're out there, that's half of it. You got to be out there.
that's
when I
right.
was a kid,
Right.
used to ride my bike down the Poca River and fish for carp down there. Used corn for bait and used to catch some big old carp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays
Hey.
they frown on you using corn for some reason. Maybe
Well,
they
carp,
just
yeah, carp's not easy to catch because you got to have a little bit lighter line, lighter tackle, and you got to kind of finesse them in. They got the hook and stuff will tear their mouth. So carp's kind of
yeah,
a pretty sporty
and they
species in a lot of places.
they could put up a fight too.
Oh,
you know.
shoot, yeah, they're stout, man.
And we used to
Yeah.
catch them that big.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, Pappy being from our area, that's what we grew up doing, hunting and fishing, and
Yep.
and that's what I would tease everybody. Everybody's like, well, when I was pregnant, I craved this and I craved that. Am I the only woman that ever craved going fishing? When I was pregnant, I just wanted to be out fishing,
Hey, Lucky James.
I mean, that was just, and then of course my son, my dad and stuff. I mean, we had a bait store and all this stuff. As soon as he got his Social Security number, that baby had his lifetime membership of hunting and fishing, hunting and fishing license. And I've got pictures of him, not even 2 years old, barely able to set up, driving dad's boat on the lake. So
That's what's up.
that's one.
That's how you,
That's one of the
that's
things
awesome
that we
right
want
there.
to do. We when I go to Florida this year, I'm wanting to go get my license down there because I can get their annual license isn't that expensive. And since I'll be there, I might wait. I don't know. I might wait till January. So I have January, February, and March. But I'm wanting to get out and do some more fishing. My dad would tear up the fish down there.
Hey, Fairy Dust.
If there was a pond of water anywhere to put a boat, he had it in there.
Yeah.
And so I want to get back to doing that, and so hopefully you'll get some pictures of me drowned in bait.
Yeah, he was big in
You get at
crawfish.
You can't
Yeah,
catch them sitting on the couch. That's what I say. The last few months, that's why I haven't been catching them. I've been not putting in the time, but the next few months, I got to get down there and put some time in.
Yeah. See, we've got when Dad passed away, I got was it a 24-foot? Yeah, 24-foot pontoon boat that he literally bought.
I'm gonna have to excuse myself. My grandbaby's leaving, and I want to see her before she takes off.
Go ahead,
Okay,
bud.
hon, just if you want to pop back in later on.
Okay, thanks for having me, and I'll probably pop back in.
All right.
All right.
Love ya.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Hey, Mr. Tolley.
Mr. Tully's in the house. Jackson's in the house. And
Hey, my money mess.
so yeah, Dad bought this pontoon boat. It was sitting back in a guy's field on top of a mountain. Literally had tree growing out of it, okay, from the moss and stuff on the carpet. He rented a trailer to bring it home on and made a trailer for it. And we recovered the seats and did all that stuff. Now, the only thing I don't like about it, he put a 9.9 on it, which is fine. It's great on gas as long as you're not out there in a windy day, because it has the hard top, the aluminum top on it. So that wind catch that sucker, and and it's like, But last time we had it out, I think we hit a limb and kind of spun the propeller.
We hit more than a limb.
Well, okay, a little more than the limb, but I think that's when you was driving.
We
A tree branch.
tree branch by a log or something.
Okay, a log. And it spun the propeller, so I got to get the new propeller put on it. So, yeah. But that we want to get that back out. But we've always got it out and up and running every year, whether we got it out or not. But that's like my tribute to Dad.
Heck yeah! If I lived close to the water, I'd have a boat all the time. I'm about 20 minutes from any good launch. So, and I grew up on the river, but I usually do more bank fishing and stuff. But I'm gonna try to get down there more and more. Whenever it's cooler weather, I catch more catfish during the day. I don't do a whole lot of night fishing. That's usually when you catch them in cooler weather. You can catch them in the day, and a lot of times when it's real hot, they're real kind of slow to bite.
Well, yeah, Dad always said it when it got hotter, the fish went deeper. So
yeah, especially like catfish and stuff. Yeah, but we grew up on the river. We fish for whatever bite, but the last few years I got into trying to catch like bigger catfish because just mainly the thrill of it. But anything real big, I release it back into the wild out of respect for the species. But anything smaller or eating size, it's good eating. But if we ever catch anything big, I always put it back. A lot of people say, "Why are you putting that?" I say, hey man, it ain't like I'm feeding a village, But I eat bass, brim, crappie, pretty much whatever comes out of there. But we grew up kind of like y'all did, man. Just that's the way to be right there. That's living.
Yeah, remember that, Ma? Yeah, I remember that, Josh. Usually when we take the family out, we have the pontoon and his bass boat.
Mm-hmm.
His bass boat was fast, okay? And I'm on the pontoon, we're going down through there and I'm steering the pontoon. All of a sudden, here comes Dad's boat and it's doing donuts around us. And it's literally like on its side to the point I'm thinking, Dad, you're going to skip that thing, I looked and it was my kid driving it. Literally had it to where it's like the hull was underwater, but and I'm thinking, my dad said over going, he just said over laughing about it,
Oh yeah. Hey, we grew up down there. We were little river rats. Now there was some folks that were sure enough, but my granddad and them, they moved down to the river, I think in mid-70s, and they fished and skied, and Dad, he slalom skied and all that good stuff. They fished. We run trot lines, and we're right off of the Locust Fork River, and it's a smaller river compared to most. It's probably where we grew up, maybe 100 yards wide. So, it's nothing big, but we had a lot of fun down there.
Yeah. I think that every child should brookie trout, salmon are the edible. Yeah. Now, I'm not usually much into eating fish because I got burnt out when we went to Canada.
Right.
And Dad and them, you're only allowed 6 a day to keep up there at that time. And there'd be 4 people on the boat catching more than their limit. So when he came in, he was giving it away at the docks. Okay. One day the park rangers was there, and I'm thinking, oh Lord, here we go. And because we're in Canada, and he's like, got any extra? That's a sure. Here you go. But just about everybody in that campground around us was skinning fish and frying fish and having fish. And I'm like, okay, no more. I'll walk 2 miles to the local gas station and get a freeze-dried burger patty, whatever.
Oh yeah. If you get burnt out on anything, you takes a minute to get back on it. But I enjoy, I like to cook, and anything fresh, or like something homegrown, or some fresh venison or something like that. It's usually better than you can get out of the grocery store.
Oh man, venison! I would take fresh venison over anything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm an advocate of preserving nature and respecting the species and going by the books. But yeah, we like to, if we harvest anything, we believe in not letting it go to waste.
Right.
Hey,
Ariel 8768. Hello, and welcome. But yeah, I mean, I have to give you, of course I give you a hard time, but something that you were doing that I have not tried, and that's the fishing out there on the beach. I hadn't done it in a while.
I hadn't been in a long time, and we got to go, and I tried my hand at it again. I caught a couple, but nothing big. It's a blast. But I'm used to fishing freshwater. But we went on vacation, got to go. We live about probably 5 hours from the coast, so not too far.
My kid down by the river. We took a little walk.
Hey, Brian.
Ran into, never mind.
Hey, Silver Paws.
That guy is crazy. Silver Paws.
Oh, yeah.
Honey, I got my 2
got her 2 coins
today. Thank you so much. He needs a jacket also. And guys, we give everybody moderator status so y'all can check each other's channels out. The whole idea is to grow the family. Okay. Whether you're into metal detecting, fishing, magnet fishing, whatever it is, we're all one big family. We're all YouTubers, and so that's why I like, and like I said, I told him the other night, I said, we're going to have something different this week, because we've got Dan, what's Johnny call you? The pod assassin.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's my alias. When it comes to eating peppers, that's my alias. When it comes to eating hot stuff.
Yeah.
How did I get roped into that? God only knows.
That's pepper eating. Yeah, right. These guys, I'm telling you what, I just like,
I don't see how
hats off to you.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, I don't think you'd went to Tennessee with us. Our church went to Tennessee. And of course, there's not a lot to do down there except shop. And I remember my brother wanted to go into the Pepper Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I've been there.
Strip, there's like one in each end of this strip. So, he goes up and he's like, oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Then they have that one special one where they make you sign a disclosure. Mm-hmm. It set him on fire. But I'm thinking it was like a California Reaper, Carolina Reaper, I mean, and it was just nowhere compared to what you guys do.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he could handle them.
No, I don't think so either. And that's why I was hinting to Dan to send me a few, because him and Dustin love hot stuff. And I say, here, try this.
they're pretty warm. The one I had today, I didn't grow, but I'll give them props. It was hot.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one. What's it called? A shrog or grog
Yes,
or something like that?
frog. They call it as frog. SVROG or something. But the lady Jen, she grew an assortment, and JSP got them, and then he sent me a couple of them out of the batch, and that was one of them, and it fit the bill. It was fiery.
Amanda said that
But
one looked hot today.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
for
was
it
real
to hang
hot.
with Johnny like it did, that was
Oh yeah,
amazing. And that's the one that was it a couple of days ago that Pappy had that Flow Farm. Hello, hello, and welcome.
Hey, Flo Farm.
Say go with the for some reason all of my chats are coming up with the @ sign in front of it, so I don't recognize them quite as quick. But
It's all because of YouTube. YouTube
Yeah.
decided tonight to do it.
but
yeah.
just for Dan tonight, I've got a treat.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You all eat the hot stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try.
Oh,
Hot tamale.
I love my hot tamales. But yeah,
good.
I was thinking, my
That's
tongue,
what that pepper I ate burnt my mouth like earlier. Times a million. No, for real. Certain ones do different things. A few years ago, I didn't eat super hot peppers. I knew they existed. I never grew them. I had a couple of buddies. Believe it or not, I got some buddies up in Amish country. They're the ones that turned me on to the super hots, and I took a bite of one of them when I was visiting them, and it set me on fire. I was too scared to eat a whole one, so when I got back home, I ate a whole one, and I realized, like, how in the world can somebody stand this? And then I just started trying to build my tolerance up from there. And I don't want to be a hero, but I will try about one of any of them.
yeah. That's what I thought. That's go with the flow, isn't it? Yeah. I think
There's some
somebody's
people
saying
that can eat like 20 peppers, 20 super hots. That's not me. Like, I have a life. Like, I don't see how they do it, but I can usually try one of them. But you got to prep. We always talk about preparing yourself, preparing your body. You don't want to eat one on an empty stomach. That would be a terrible mistake.
Right. That's what you all do. Make sure you tell everybody you've got to prep. There's certain things that you've got to go through in order to prepare yourself.
Right.
And yeah, Josh is like me. He says, "Here I am. I can't even stand spicy sausage." Hey,
Ooh,
hot tamales,
sausage.
but I do. But but I did eat something hot in honor of Dan. Crap is in the house. Hello, craps. Oh my gosh. But you said now you grow them. And here's a lot of the questions that I have.
Okay.
Right? No. Okay. And I know I've seen you when you're eating one of the peppers. You talk about you're going to save some of those seeds.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what do you do with those seeds after you've, taken them out of the pod like that? How do you dry them out? Do you dry them out?
Yeah. If I'm serious about saving them, and I've got more seeds in my refrigerator and freezer than I could ever use, but if I'm serious about saving the seeds, I will go about it a certain way. Like, you don't want to just get them and put them somewhere and let them dry out. They won't be any good. There's kind of like different plants or you can, what I usually do if I'll get the seeds, and most of the time a hot pepper, you don't want to touch the seeds and then touch, anywhere on your body. You'll end up 30 minutes later rubbing your eye, or you'll mess yourself up. So I'll try to just like isolate them, but I'll put them in a jar with some water and kind of soak them and get the capsaicin, any of the like the plant remnants or the placenta, and kind of soak it. And usually any pepper seeds or any seeds for that matter that float up to the top, most of the time the ones that float up to the top aren't good. So the ones that sink to the bottom, they'll be ones that can germinate. And I'll soak them for a few days, and then I'll put them on a napkin and let them dry out, and then just put them in like a freezer bag and label them. So it's kind of not that extensive of a process, but you do want them to soak, and then you kind of let them dry out for a day or two before you put them in the fridge or freezer.
Oh, go with the flow. Says, yeah, I rubbed my eye earlier.
Or you can take the whole pepper and freeze it or put it in real cold weather. But usually the oxygen is what will, compromise the seed. So if you just take a whole fruit, freeze it, a lot of times you can save the seeds. But I usually just go put them in my refrigerator.
Well, that's what we would used to do with our tomato seeds.
We
never
exactly
put them in water or anything. We'd put them on the paper towels, lay them on the windowsill, let them dry out, and then pack them away.
Same thing.
Yeah, little old country girl here. Yeah, surprise, right?
Pepper seeds and tomatoes, they're same type deal.
And so now, when you are, do you cross-pollinate your peppers?
Usually I will grow a couple of varieties together, but the next year I usually won't grow the seeds from the pepper, because in case it did cross-pollinate.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like any plant. If you grow a purple tomato and then a better boy beside each other, they have the chance of getting cross-pollinated. So the next plant you grow out of that seed might not be true to that trait. Same thing with peppers. But it's funny you say that. This year I grew 3 peppers together with the plan of possibly saving the seeds, and then next year growing that and coming up with maybe a different super variety.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's like when we were growing, we used to put out a big garden. My ideal of a garden was to feed us, my parents, my grandmother, and my brother, and stuff like that. So basically anybody else that needed it. And you had your a sweet banana pepper, and then you had a hot banana pepper.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted something in between.
We want to sweeten them out.
Yeah. So what we do, we plant a hot pepper, then a sweet pepper, a banana pepper. And then we alternate them down the line that way. And eventually they come out, they were like a mild banana pepper.
Yeah.
They weren't as sweet as the regular, but they weren't as hot as the hot.
That'll happen.
And so that's Johnny. Hello, honey. Like I said, the invitation still stands. If you want up, says listening while he's driving, I think that is. Yeah.
Hey, Clarion.
And see, and that's what I've always told Rick I'd love to have a greenhouse. But when I'm only here in the summers, and then I go south in the winter, it don't give me a whole lot of grow time in each place, And down in Florida, I would have to almost be there to make sure they got watered, and I would have to have a watering system set up, down there.
Yeah, you
Um,
gotta stay on them. But
yeah,
yeah,
especially where
you said y'all grew up growing crops and stuff. That's how it was. I come up on a little bit of the tail end of that. I was fortunate enough to, like, my grandparents, they I was around them a lot growing stuff, and I was one of them kids that wasn't picky. I ate pretty much everything. So a few, 10 or 15 years ago, I tried to grow some things and had a lot to learn. But peppers, I've always had pretty decent success with, and tomatoes hit or miss. The climate here can fluctuate, and then but my favorite thing to grow other than peppers, I like growing watermelons, but you got to have a lot of space for those.
Yeah.
But
Well, see,
but I
that's like,
always try to grow them too.
how big was our garden?
I don't know.
Oh, it was
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, Lucinda says, I love this guy's voice. Plus, he reminds me of Steve Irwin, doesn't he?
Hey, that's old Steve Earl. I ain't got nothing on him.
Yeah, I bet you could wrestle them gators, couldn't you?
No,
Oh, gosh.
maybe a iguana. Now I got a couple videos of me picking up some snakes and turtles and stuff, but no gators. No, that dude was a madman. He's a great
were
guy
out
though.
on the-
Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. He was like the OG man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
We were out on the boat one time on the lake, and my goal was to catch a baby gator.
Yeah.
And there was one in the, they weren't that big, and Dad eases the boat up there, and I'm like, I'm down, I'm about ready to grab it. All of a sudden, he jerks the boat away, and he almost throws me in. And I'm like, Dad, what'd you do? He said, you can go pick that thing up. I said, well, yeah, that was the whole goal. And he's like, what else? And I was trying to tell him how I was going to get it behind the neck and, and all this stuff. And he's like, you're crazy, girl.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, me and Josh both, we have a love for alligators. I can't help it. We have mad respect for them.
Oh yeah, there ain't any much in this waterway. There's a few here and there, but if you go about 100 miles southwest of here, there's 13, 14-foot alligators in the Alabama River, and then back toward like Columbus, Mississippi, there's some giants, but around here we don't have many. Now I have seen a couple over the years, but they're few and far between. They're usually some that somebody brought home as a pet from Florida and let it out, and then it got bigger and bigger, and then got into the wild.
Where you live at?
I live about 30 miles north of Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, you're in Alabama.
Yeah. I'm up. I grew up a little bit south of here, and then my wife, I found out she had farmland, so I got married and moved up here. No, I'm just kidding.
Like that wide open spaces, right?
No, I'm just playing. We live in a town. It's called it's right outside Corner, Alabama, but we're right on the very western tip of Blount County. So if that gives you any indication.
Yeah, I know you said when you was down in Florida, you wasn't 6 hours or so up from there.
Yeah, if you come straight down 65 before you get into Birmingham, we're about 20 miles north of there.
Yeah. But you was teasing all that stuff, but hey, Rick was up in the city and up in Pennsylvania, and we started dating online.
I didn't live in no city.
Well, it's a city. Hey, if your neighbors can hear you fart in your own trailer, that's a city. Okay. Oops, sorry. And we dated for 2 months online. And we started talking. I said, hey, if you want to get married, you're moving down here. I ain't moving no more. You know, my first one, I moved to Detroit. Country girl in Detroit. Okay. Yeah. And next thing you know, he got transferred down here and we ended up getting married. So I
Shoot,
brought,
yeah.
what do you call it? A town then, you know.
I was born
Hey.
and raised on a farm, so I lived in the country.
Shoot, yeah, buddy. I did too. What I just always joke. When I first moved up here, a lady at the gas station, she said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oak Grove." And she said, "Oak Grove? Y'all some rednecks down there." So we said the same dang thing about y'all. But we grew up down there, and people called us river rats, man. But no, I like to cover all the bases. I hung out in the city. I work in Birmingham all the time, so I do sheet metal work, and we're always, working on these, higher end facilities, buildings, residential places. But I'm real thankful to be out here in the country and kind of you can do what you want to do to an extent. But we're not so far out where we're like shut off from anything. Hey, at least we got a Dollar General close.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them.
There you go. Hey, if you don't have one of them within 10 miles, you out in the sticks.
Oh, we are on the sticks then, because it's more than 10 miles.
No, it ain't. Harts Creek's only.
Oh, well, okay, Harts Creek. I forgot.
All right,
about that.
let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. We'll go 20 miles.
Okay.
Okay,
Honey,
20
it takes
miles.
me an hour to get to
20
Walmart.
20
Okay.
miles. We got 2 of them within 20 miles.
That's what
Who
everybody
you
says.
all right,
Well, how
man?
far are you from Walmart?
No, we got all 3 within 20.
I said it takes me an hour to get to Walmart. Well, where's your doctor? Down next to Walmart.
There you go. Oh yeah, we getting along fine then. We on the same
Yeah.
speed.
I mean,
Well, let
it's
me ask y'all a question. What made y'all want to tune in to the madness on JSP? Y'all just like watching people get burned up, or what?
She
Are
got
y'all?
me
Hey,
started.
I know. Are y'all just like aggravating Johnny?
Johnny's always been a big supporter, and like you said, he's come in a couple of times. He said hi.
For
He
sure.
supports the channel. So
For sure.
we're going to return the favor, and then I get to watching you guys.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, and I honestly believe, okay, everybody can learn something from other channels. Okay. And sometimes, I learn a lot by watching you guys. And then, like I said, I got to know you. I got you up here. Now I know how, if I wanted to save the seeds and peppers, I can do that. I have grown my own orange tree. I have grown my own pineapple tree.
Nice.
Rejuvenated. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now I can do peppers if I wanted to do peppers. So, yeah.
She
Hey,
watches you
orange
every day.
trees impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what everybody says. You can't grow an orange tree in West Virginia. I actually took an orange that was starting to go, it kind of dried up a little bit. I opened it up and planted it just like it was, thinking it ain't going to work. Well, it started growing. So in the wintertime, I brought it in, put it under a grow light. And it got up to where it's so tall, then I could transplant it to Florida. So my dad took it to Florida and planted it. So, yeah. And it's still down there. But I have to admit, I wasn't down there to tend to my pineapple tree, and it didn't survive. But
that's
I got
okay.
it growing, And so it's what I said. I'm a firm believer. Everybody can learn something from everybody's channel.
Oh yeah, and
I
it's
just
cool.
watching you guys, and the chat is so welcoming and so loving, and you guys are just like there with open arms. You treat us all like family, and I love it. And I got to watch it
every day.
Yep, I'll watch it every day, and then because I always sit around, I have an earbud in my ear, listening to everything, so that he can watch whatever he wants. And then all of a sudden, I get JSP in stereo, and I'm looking over, and it's Rick. He's watching it now. Yeah,
well,
right here. Go ahead.
I'm just saying anything I do on YouTube. Like I said, started out as more growing plants and stuff, and after a few months, I got introduced to some of the fishing community, and a lot of those people from 6 or 7 or 8 years ago that I met. It's like I consider them friends now. Some of them I met in person, some of them I haven't, but we got a lot in common, and it's just kind of a testament to them because they've always done it the right way. They don't really allow a lot of, drama or nothing like that. And we're not necessarily trying to get like the subscribers, but then again, we're just trying to share out like the fun. And that's how I am. If I go down there and fish for 4 hours and don't catch crap, but y'all are there giving me a hard time or I'm aggravating y'all, it makes it fun. But then, if I catch a big fish, y'all are there with me. And it's the same thing. There's some anglers on there that I've been following that I consider friends. They catch fish, consistently. They put in the time and the effort, and we always say that's the same thing with anything. Whatever you try to do, put your all into it, man. And my channel is just basically here as a testament to like, not necessarily what I know, but it's just here for everybody to experience.
Right. Well, see, that's what, basically the reason I started my channel, I survived a massive heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they literally had to life flight me out. I died on them twice. The doctor said, you shouldn't be here, girl. And I always teased, heaven wasn't ready for me and hell was afraid I'd take over. So,
That's right.
Nobody wanted me. And I had lost my dad a few years before that. And, I was going through this stage. Oh, I'd love to be able to hear my dad's voice or see old videos and, and stuff like that. So I thought, well, I'm just going to start filming a few things to leave for my son. And so that's why it became Family Adventures. And then it started evolving and going from there. And yeah, I'm on disability. So it does kind of help, every now and then to put gas in my car to go to the next adventure. Or am I going to make a killing on it? No. But if it helps out, it helps out,
Right.
But the main thing is we're leaving our memories, and like I tell everybody on my channel, I tell them all the time, even the backs of our shirts that we have made, it says Ventures Awaits. Go out, find yours, and make your memories. Because no matter what you have on this earth, no matter how rich, how poor, the one thing you're guaranteed to leave is your memories. And I want people to have good memories and look back and say, that girl was a nut. But like Danny D said, that girl's crazy, but I love her,
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And we want to try and encourage everybody, no matter, if you have disabilities or don't have disabilities, get out there and enjoy the best life you can.
That's right.
Like I have, and that's another thing that I was going to highlight here that Ringo said, Johnny supports mental health awareness. You support mental health awareness.
For sure.
That's one of the things that I support wholeheartedly here because I do have a mental disability. I'm bipolar.
Oh, yeah.
I have severe anxiety, severe depression, and all this stuff. And so everything that you all were talking about today, been there, done that, and I tell people it may not seem it now, but tomorrow will be better.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because you survived today.
That's right.
And every day that you survive makes you a little stronger to get over the next hurdle, and that's what you got to look at everything like that. Johnny's Corner's in the house.
Hey, Johnny's Corner.
And that's one thing I do love about you and Johnny Small Pepper and Pappy. You're not afraid to mention it. And a lot of places are like, ooh, I wouldn't bring that topic up. Why? Because you might help somebody. I started doing lives with a guy that ran a 24-hour live stream for 5 months straight. And a lot of it, especially late at night, was talking mental health,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Well, a lot of
And
people feel like they're alone. You're never alone. We're all in this together. There's a lot of, you know,
Hey,
hate
Ronnie.
and negativity out there, but you know, you can't never get down on yourself. You know, you got to just keep put one foot forward. We've all been there, and I always say, you know, I didn't think I would be here talking to y'all. I didn't think I would be here, you know, having the time that I do, but it's whenever I get to interact with different folks from across the globe, from across the country, that's just a blessing to me. It's a thrill. But whenever I have talked to people on here for years, then I finally get to meet them, like at a event or something. You know, we do the gathering and we do like you know, the catfish events. When you get to meet the people in person, it's almost like you're exactly who I thought you were times 10. You know, like, so just talking to y'all and hearing y'all's background, you know, y'all grew up gardening and farming and stuff like that. And it's just to me, that is what this is all about: interacting with people, having fun, goofing off. You know, we can bash each other and stuff like that, but it's all out of love. And every time I get to go live with the maniacs on the Pepper Show, it's yeah, I have to up my game a little bit, because Pappy's hard to follow, but JSP, he's just, I mean, I don't know, dude.
I
He's a
think he's
good guy,
alien.
but he's a psycho, man.
I think he's an alien. I really do.
Yeah. Anybody
Some of
that can
Pepper's
do what he can.
yeah, it's not human. Yeah.
No.
Maybe reptilian. Maybe that's what he is. No,
Yeah.
it could be. He's reptilian. And that way, you know, that peppers, he don't absorb the peppers.
Right.
Yeah,
You cracked the code.
everyone's probably going, oh my God, she's giving me flack. I'm going to be putting super duper time out now. You know that, right? I'm going to be probation time out.
Well, do you want me to send y'all some peppers for real?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
love it.
I'll send them
You
out
know?
tomorrow.
You
Just
know,
be
I'm always
careful.
open.
Don't just be careful with them if they're hot.
Yeah. And I love listening to you guys talk about the different taste of the peppers. And it's
Yeah.
sometimes I'll ask, would you suggest that pepper for a chili? You know, and stuff like that. Now these hot ones, no, you know.
No.
But
Nothing
every year,
nothing we eat on there. Nothing we eat on there. Do not put it in a dish, because you'll piss the whole family off.
maybe I want to. No.
Maybe put like that much in like a 6-quart stew or something. But no,
Gravy
for
of
real,
it in
just
it, right?
not to talk a big game, but some of that stuff is just ridiculously hot. And you know, I'm not saying like it don't affect us. It does. It burns me up. It's just I've ate a lot of them and I know what's coming. But if you don't prepare yourself, that's where you get in a mess. And I've done that before. I've said, this ain't that hot. It looks yellow, or this not even that rough looking, and taste it and send you over the moon. So that's the whole ticket. You got to be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, once you handle
Like
the
Perry
peppers,
that says, got milk.
got milk, right? I want to be like
Exactly.
Kathy. I want milkshake.
I seen Pappy with that half gallon of milk that night.
Oh yeah. Well, see, what's bad is, now this is no joke. Once you eat the pepper, within a few minutes, you'll start burning and it won't go away. Then you think, well, I'll take some milk down or I'll eat this. No, it's not going to do anything but make it worse. But what you got to do is an hour or 30 minutes before, that's when you want to take the milk. That's when you want to coat your stomach. So when you do take down that much capsaicin, you have something that's not just directly hitting the line of your stomach. because if you do that, you're going to be in a world of pain.
Not that, let's see, from what I was told, it's kind of like if you're a drinker or if you're going to go out partying, drink something or eat something really oily or greasy to line your stomach so that the alcohol doesn't absorb as quick. I've been told,
Yeah, maybe
So-
something like that. I usually do like just peanut butter, milk, make sure I eat like a meal, and then afterwards I'll eat like some pasta or bread or something. But one time I didn't prep, and I think I ate like 4 apocalypse scorpions, and in the middle of the night I actually woke up. I crawled to my refrigerator, opened up the freezer, and put an ice pack on my stomach, and was laying up against the aluminum, the cold metal in the fridge. And I was hoping my wife or kids wouldn't walk in there and see me about to look like I was about to croak out. And I said from then on, I'm not eating more than one super hot.
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about it that night. Was that what y'all call the cat cramps?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that-
Capsaicin cramps. Yeah, they're rough. They're rough.
know
They're just
Yeah.
bad stomach cramps, and then you can't do nothing about it, really.
Yeah. I just don't, like I said, I don't see how y'all do it. But tonight, while y'all were doing your peppers, I was doing my tamales. So
Well, that's why you gotta. That's why you gotta put something in there, man. You gotta put something in there to mix it up with.
I'll next time I'll reach over because I've got a bad habit of just opening the thing up and just throwing one in my mouth. Rick's going to cut up peppers and put him in here now. You know that, right? And I'm going to like take a pepper chunk.
Well, I tell you what, I'll send y'all some apocalypse scorpion. I'll send you a couple 7-pot Douglas, and I'll send you a couple red habaneros, and just you can take your little hit off that red habanero, and if that don't do nothing to you, then you can move up a little bit.
I'll try that.
But if you got somebody that thinks they're real bad, then you can give them. But see, we on our show, Johnny always says that we're not trying to like say that we're the baddest of the bad. There's people out there could eat like 10 times more than us and still walk away. But we just, and I especially like people send me different peppers, and I like to just analyze how hot they are in the taste. And if I ever get sent one that just knocks my socks off, it's just super cool because I've had some hot ones from Pappy. I've grew some hot ones, and whenever somebody sends one in that's hotter than what we brung to the table, it's kind of it's very impressive.
Here, this is what Amanda.
Curmudgeon, hello. It's been a while. Angie, you'll have to join the boys on
Johnny's
Johnny's panel.
panel.
Yeah.
Here's my little hot tamale. The tongue, little hot knife. Not scalding, but hot. Oh, there's the sting. Oh, it's got me in the back of the throat now. Not that I watch you all every day. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad
Yeah,
somebody
pretty
does.
And so yeah, and I love, like I said, I love the way you all give each other a hard time, but it's all
Yeah.
in fun. And then you don't put up, you're like us, you don't put up with the drama, you don't put up with the bullying, you don't put up with the nonsense.
Yeah, we're here to have fun.
Exactly. It's for entertainment.
Get away
know?
from all the drama, man. There's too much craziness going on. Get in here and have fun, with your buddies. That's what I do.
Exactly. There's so much crap going on in the world. Here is my little hour to donate to entertain y'all, to give y'all a smile, and to hopefully just, make your night or your day a little bit better.
Yeah, and I swear,
like
I swear I'm gonna catch some fish soon. I promise I'm gonna catch some fish soon.
Well, you've got my email.
Other than babies, I've been slacking, man.
Even if you're not on a live, you got my emails. And look, I finally got one.
Oh yeah. Shoot, hey, that's
Yeah.
how it usually goes. I'll get on a little few months. I won't catch no big cat, and then all of a sudden I'll get something hooked up. But I just try to go live every time, and just in case.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Danny D, we've been giving each other a hard time from way back, you know.
Hey,
So she's super sweet girl. Amen to life's too short. Ain't that the truth there, Johnny? Johnny's Corner is another outstanding person. And like I tell everybody, that's why my email is on my about page. And again, creators, if you have anything on your about page, make sure it's an email address, because that's how I got a hold of Dan, you know. And then Pappy saw my invitation today on Johnny Small Peppers. And so he sent me an email because my email was in my about page. But I tell everybody, my email is in my about page. My P.O. box is on my about page. It's running across the bottom here. If you don't have nobody to talk to, I guarantee you there ain't a thought in your head that ain't gone through mine.
And he lives about an hour away from us.
Yeah, Pappy lives about an hour away from us, and so it's super cool. And like I said, I'm no shrink, I'm no doctor, but I can tell you what it's like on this side, because I'm right there with you guys. So hey, you know, hit me up. I don't care a bit. And curmudgeon, honey, we give everybody a wrench. We trust, if we trust you, I'll put it that way. That way you can check out everybody's channel. Our goal is to make connections, make friends, and grow the family to support and uplift each other, you know. And I always tell everybody, you know, if you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. They're free. We'll make more, you know. That may be the only smile that person has that day, you know. And that smile may be something that sets off a chain reaction, thinking, you know what, it's not a bad day. Somebody cared enough to smile, you know.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh, curmudgeon.
Yeah, before I moved down here, I used to go with my buddy. We used to do a lot of night catfishing.
Yeah.
At night, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a whole different ball game when you're out there and you can't see what you're doing.
Take the lantern with you and
Yep.
chicken liver, and be out there at all hours till almost till morning.
I know I was teasing you the other night. Have you tried, or the other day on one of your lives, if you've tried vanilla extract, or there's a was it the cherry Kool-Aid mix?
Yeah, cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would take like shrimp or something other and soak them in the powders or in the vanilla.
Oh yeah, when they're biting good, if you got something like that, they'll wear it out. I've soaked chicken in Jello, strawberry Jello, and stuff like that before, and caught some fish. But you know, on our waterway, usually where I fish, if there ain't a lot of current or if it ain't certain times of the day, it's harder to catch them. But they'll go on a feeding frenzy. But from about now until probably when it gets sure enough winter time, you go down there and catch the crap out of them on something like shrimp or Jello chicken. But it's still been warm here, in the daytime. But it's starting to cool off.
We had a lake where we went to, and they had like a concrete pier that went halfway out across the lake.
Yeah.
And we always went to the clear end of it.
Yeah. See, Dad always told me even fishing was even like any other animals. They kind of hibernate in the winter. So it's like this time of year, they'll take spells, they'll go on a feeding frenzy, you know, because the smaller fish may not survive the colder weather, you know. And so it makes sense in a way. But that guy, I mean, he never failed to catch a fish or a deer or anything he set his mind to. I mean, he was something else. But
Yeah.
Put in the
guys, I
time.
know.
It sounds like put in the time, and that's what you got to do. Because me and my buddy was talking. Nature goes by different rules, and you just kind of got to get in tune with that.
When it became hunting season, a couple of weeks before hunting season, Dad went all vegetarian. He would eat lettuce and cabbage like you wouldn't believe. And, he just ate vegetables because he swore up and down that deer could smell a meat eater. Well, it makes sense. You sweat, that's all, it's in your glands, and he never failed bringing home his limit, and he knew what fish were running.
Yeah.
And it's like we always tried to get him to stay here for at least Thanksgiving, because it's like, okay, we'll do it without our parents for Christmas, but at least give us Thanksgiving. And he's like, but that's when the crappie are running. That's when the crappie are running. I'm like, okay, y'all leave out the day after, but you're going to be here for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And now I'm the one that's saying, okay, first of the month, let's go.
Now
Yeah.
when the first cold day,
First cold day, I'm all right.
she's ready to get out of here.
Yeah. Hey, I
This
like
is
cold.
our-
I like cold weather. Whenever it starts getting cold. Now, I'm not talking about like in the 20s, but when it starts getting in the 50s and 40s and stuff, that's when I start to thrive. We get
That's how
some
our
hot.
nights are getting.
Yeah, we get some hot weather down here. It ain't near as bad as like Florida or like Texas, but we still get hot weather down here. And like, when it's super cold, we're about between here and Coleman. We get some cold winters, but probably not near as cold as y'all. And the heat bill and stuff goes up. You got to defrost your car and all that. But some of these cool nights, they are refreshing. Then October, November, I do really enjoy them.
Yeah. When I go down south, when we go to Florida, we have a big
Yeah.
round lounge chair, like a yard lounge, but I've got it on
Uh-huh.
our screened-in porch down there. And it's like, I think I'm going to sleep here tonight. Mom's like, you are not sleeping outside. I'm like, why not? It's not like we're in a bad neighborhood or something. No, it's just not safe. And I'm like, I'm almost 60 years old, Mom.
What part of Florida?
It is north central Florida. We're about
Okay.
30 minutes east of Gainesville.
Yeah, my wife's cousin them live kind of down in that area.
Do they? Yeah. So yeah, we're in a little old town. I love it.
Yep.
It's like
I
country, but
don't venture that far. I usually don't venture that far south. Like I said, it'd been about 10 years since I've been to the Gulf, and we ate that up. But usually I'll stick around here. I got if I usually go on a little excursion, it's to the hunting club, or sometimes I'll venture up north. I got some buddies up in Indiana. I go up there and hunt with every once in a while. But yeah, there's nothing like getting down in Florida, and Florida's a different breed down there.
I don't even like going down south very far. In the area we're from, it's a lot of northerners that are transplants and stuff. But now around some of them big cities, there's not enough medication to get me into some of them big cities. Okay.
Hey, I'll be real with you. I love Birmingham. I grew up 20 miles from there. I work there all the time. I got buddies down there, but it can be a rough city, just like all big cities. But we do a lot of our work on some of the towns around there, and it is a beautiful place. A lot of people, can get a lot of knowledge by just traveling and interacting with different folks. But I always say, if anybody's down here in the area, holler at me. I'll take you on a tour.
Do you get any of the bad storms down there?
Yeah, we do. We got we had a few, tornadoes affect us earlier. In my
Some of the
when I was younger, we had a F5 tear up our school, and in '98, and then one come through Tuscaloosa, and I think
Yeah.
11, and sometimes we do get some storms. Now I live up kind of we live on a higher elevation, and not saying a storm can't hit here, because it definitely can, but technology and a lot of the uh, pinpointing and the knowledge has come a long way in the last 10 or 15 years. A lot of times they'll, say a bad storm's approaching, and it may not be, but it's better safe than sorry. Because yeah, we used to have some pretty rough ones come through. But I always say, if you don't like the weather in Alabama, just wait till tomorrow. It's gonna be something different. It might be
Things is
40
on
degrees. Yeah, it might be 40 degrees tonight, and then the next day it might be 90 in the day. So you don't ever know.
One of the things he gets
Tropical.
mad at me about, one of the things I want to do on my bucket list is to go storm chasing. And he's like, girl, you have totally lost your mind.
Yeah, if
And
you
I'm
do
like,
storm chasing, do it way out, like in Kansas or something, where you can see like
Yeah,
40
you need to
miles
go
away.
out there.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
here you don't know. You can't see them, especially at night if they're rain wrapped. You just kind of got to go by what the dogs are doing. Now, we've got some good people, good you know, meteorologists and stuff like everybody. But the last storm that come through here, one of my dogs was kind of starting to freak out, and I knew that was when she started acting weird. I knew there was something, and it wasn't but about 6 miles from here, but there was a funnel cloud. But them animals know, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. Well, guys, I hate to cut this short, but I've gone over my allotted time. And so you all know that if Danny D would be kind enough to post the link for Papa Roush, you seen him earlier in the chat. We'll go over and give him an Angie raid, tell him the crazy train's on its way to look out, But like I said, guys, we all I want to stress that we want to grow. Yeah, everybody wants to grow their channels, but we want to grow the community. There's nothing better than having good friends that you can depend on and rely on and reach out to. And this is what this is all about, is growing everybody's channel, to meet new people. And like I said, usually, we're doing metal detecting or magnet fishing and stuff like that. And I told everybody we're having something different because Dan is just a great guy.
Yeah.
All of them over there at Johnny Small Peppers are great people. And this cat right here, I could hang out with him. Okay.
Hey, Patricia G.
I don't know about no beer, but I might have a glass of wine. We can sit out on the riverbank and catch
fish.
But now I have to admit, I'm used to the button reels. I got to get used to the open face ones, but I will.
Hey, come on down. We'll get it going. I don't get too wild and crazy anymore.
I do. But anyway, guys, it has been awesome, and I hope y'all learned a little bit, because I know I'm going to try saving me some pepper seeds, and I might end up with a portable garden.
I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna send y'all some peppers, and y'all can put it in a rocket ship and fly to the moon. You can fly Bell up to the moon.
Hey, Ernie. Just don't let Andy fall in. Catches a fish.
Hello. Just don't let Andy fall in. If she catches a fish, hey, if it tries to get off,
Going
I'll
down.
jump in and get that bad boy. You know.
See y'all later.
We'll see you guys.
See you
Hey, we're
later.
gonna jump off here, Dan.
Bye,
Hey,
Bella.
Ernie.
And it has
See you,
been a
Dan.
blast having you here. And we
Thank
love
y'all.
each and every one of you.
Yep.
Bye.
out.
See y'all next time.
All righty.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much.